I'm so happy that you're here, that you're tuning in. We're at 169 subscribers. Like, I really don't know how that happened. Um, October 3rd of this year, it's going to be 2 years ever since I started the channel. I started it with thinking, okay, like, here goes nothing. This is a huge dream of mine. I really want to be able to create a community where we lift each other up, where we help each other in our healing journey, and just share experiences as a mental health therapist, as a brown Latina woman, as an immigrant, as a mother of two boys. Well, back then it was one boy. Also shared, I went through infertility and I shared about that. And just the struggles that we face on an everyday life. And I'm very fortunate because I get to work on my passion. I get to do what I love to do. And now I get to talk about it and share it with this amazing community. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. We're 169. I never thought we would actually make it to 169. So I'm excited. We'll be in 200 soon, God willing. I feel like that's super cool. And it's not I don't want people are oh, how many followers do you have? And I'm like, I don't consider that followers or subscribers. It's part of a community. We're a community of 169 people. And I hope with all my heart that the community grows so that we can continue to grow together. I'm deeply grateful today because I feel like this topic has been in my spirit for quite a while, and today I'm getting the chance to talk about it. And so the topic is, are you spiritually thirsty? And what does that mean? So sometimes we forget that we are a spirit having a human experience. So like this, what you see, this is an Linka. This is part of Linka, but what you're seeing is not Linka. We are a spiritual being having a human experience. And we forget that we have this spirit that needs to be fed. And we need to give our spirit some water. And sometimes when we neglect that, well, not sometimes, if your spirit is neglected, your spirit is thirsty. And you're thinking, okay, what do you mean? Well, so how do you feed your spirit on an everyday basis? And we all have different rituals. And I believe that we all come from different perspectives. So when I talk about my faith, I'm not pushing my faith. Let me make that clear. I think everybody can have a different way of spirituality and relationship. I feed my spirit when I pray. My praying is based on gratitude. So I thank God a lot. I'm very honest in my prayers. My mom always she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that to God. And I'm like, well, he already knows that I'm thinking it. Why am I gonna hide it? So I'm very honest with the prayers. And I tell God, when I'm mad, when I'm not at my best, when someone makes me upset and I'm not having the greatest feelings, I'm totally honest about them with God. I try to thank him a lot for what I have. And you can do this with the universe, with God, with yourself, with Mother Nature, whatever you believe in. But the point is to find that gratitude and then express it and constantly practice it. In the mornings, I listen to worship music usually. I like to do that. And it's not every morning, but 2 or 3 mornings a week, I put some worship music on. Worship, I don't know why I'm saying worship. And I just really enjoy that, and I sit with that and I let my spirit soak it in. Or when I'm in the park and I'm observing the nature and I try to connect with nature. Yesterday I was laying on the ground and I was allowing my body to just become one with the ground and just allow the ground to sustain me and be grateful for that. And sometimes we don't do this. You know, we're busy, we're in a busy society, and we take priority in other things. And it seems like the spirit isn't the one that we don't find it important enough to give it attention. But the truth of the matter is that in order for us to truly have wellness in our life, we need to have that, you know, like, give our spirit some water. Like, if you're spiritually thirsty, can you really grow, heal, and have a joyful life? So, you know, I know a lot of people go to church in order to feed their spirit. I personally do not attend church. But you know, church, the word church in itself, it just means like two or more people congregating. So like, I always say, you know, I tell, like, when I'm leading group, I tell some of my clients, you're taking me to church. Or when I'm teaching Zumba, I'm like, you're taking me to church because it feeds my spirit. So that's what I mean when I say, take me to church, or like, you're taking me to church, is you're feeding my spirit. So like, even Zumba is something that my spirit, it feeds my spirit. Or walks in the evening and me being like intentionally grateful. For whatever I choose to have in that moment, practicing mindfulness, which is something I do every day. And that has completely changed my life. Mindfulness is amazing. And it's awesome that I learned it back at Casa 8 years ago when I first began as a therapist, and I started incorporating it in my life. Or just finding 2 minutes to meditate throughout your day. Or doing yoga. I mean, these are important ways for us to communicate with our spirit, for us to feed our spirit. Even sometimes just listening to certain books about spirituality, about wellness. So my question to you is your spirit thirsty? And what are you going to do about it? And there, like I said, there are different ways to feed it. You are the expert on yourself. You can try some of the ways that I just said, or you can look up ways to feed your spirit. And I do wholeheartedly believe that gratitude is one of those foundations. And I do wholeheartedly believe that it's something you need to practice on a daily basis. Ways to feed your spirit, even if it's 5-10 minutes, but what are you doing? Whether it's like the worship music, or the mindfulness, or the mindful gratitude walk, or practicing yoga. How are you letting your spirit know that you are thinking of her, that you do love her, and that you want her to be okay? How do you do that? So just, you know, it's really been on my mind to do this, especially for those of us sometimes who we don't necessarily congregate in a church. And so what are other ways that you're doing this? And then sometimes I do listen to some pastors that I like, and it feeds my spirit. But I'm not like an every Sunday kind of gal. So it's just finding ways for you to find that food for your spirit. And I also follow certain pages like Mantra Magazine, and I love it, and that really definitely feeds my spirit. Or just even having soulful conversations with friends and family that focus on how we can build our spirituality, and literally doing like mindfulness with them, yoga with them. And like I said, this doesn't have to take a very long time. It can be 5-10 minutes of your day. So just wanted to share that because that's been on my mind. I hope you are having a wonderful week, and don't forget to take care of yourself, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the little like campanita on the top. Thank you for watching, and